welcome. If you watch the show, you may notice that quite frequently we get the fuel light on, and I don't really want to run out of fuel. Tomorrow we're going on a long adventure. I don't know how long it is, I'll fill up. Should be plenty of fuel, but just in case, got a solution for that. On our rugged ridge bumper here, we have a panel section that we can mount stuff to. So the plan is to mount a 5-gallon fuel can right there. Now, a couple things we probably need to check. One is if that Harbor Freight gas can, if I can actually fit a diesel nozzle down inside it. And two, should check to see if the gas can fits it. Boy, that's gonna be awful freaking close. We'll go by a fuel station and see. I know I can't fit the truck style in. And we have to go by Tractor Supply now and buy another filler net because they gave us one of those, well, horrible safety necks. They just don't work. And there's no way I can hold that can. We're also probably only going to half fill that can because I don't think I'll be able to pick it up and hold it. To be truthful with you, so we'll fill it about
halfway and see what happens.
And we'll go from there. We're going to use this as our workstation today. Let me set this up here. We'll grab the holder. This came from Amazon. It's going to be grade A US quality. Got some pieces in here. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Vanna White.
Yeah, very. Oh God.
That's a nice heavy trash bag, so I'm gonna stick that right there. And that's a good fish bag. Look at that, long and skinny. Perfect for putting fish in. Set that there. Oh, so we got some rubber pieces in here. Now what I don't see, which is what I was afraid of, I don't see any mounting hardware. Which means we're really gonna have to get bolts before we can do anything. But these are for the can to sit on. And these will probably make it rust out more than likely, but we're still gonna stick them on just for giggles.
Are they made of rubber or is it metal?
They are rubber. I did not read the directions. Well, there weren't any directions. And I don't know how the can's gonna sit, so we're gonna look at the bottom of the can. It looks like it's actually going to sit mostly
on the outer edge.
On the outer edge. So I'm gonna say we're gonna slide these down like this to our outer edges like that. That looks pretty good. And then it's gonna rattle back and forth. So we're gonna want here for sure. And again, I'm just guessing. I have no clue. I'm not an expert at this. I'm gonna guess we're gonna put at least one here and one here. Now you notice I'm putting them with the rubber on the inside.
Yes.
Because you want that protected. That looks really good. That leaves me 4 left, which is not going to work.
Bottom side rails?
Well,
for the rattle?
For one. Yeah, but I'm not going to have anything front to back in the bottom.
Oh.
Which might work. I don't know. Let's try this. We might move a couple of those. Because really, I think we have to have 2 in the centers. So, well, let's put 1 in the center here. Like that. And 1 in the center here. Like this. Oh, it's got a little hooky thing.
Yeah, on both sides.
Let's see. it's got holes here, which is how we're going to end up mounting it, hole to hole, like that. Oh, perfect. Yep. That's in the long slot though, and I don't want to use a slot because the slot is going to, well, why do we got holes on that side and not on this side? Huh. Okay. Well, so that's bent slightly. I don't know. We're gonna see. What we're gonna have to do is close everything, and then put the gas can and see how close we can get to the tire.
Ah, gotcha.
But we are gonna have the hooks that are going to go over. How the heck does that thing work? So it's gonna go like that. And I'm gonna say probably drop through and right there. That looks way too short, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so it must be for multiple sizes. So let's throw our can in. So there's our beautiful can. And there we go.
Is there a pin to keep it, or just?
The idea is you put a lock.
Okay, gotcha,
If
gotcha.
you want a lock, put a lock on there. I may actually just use a carabiner because it's going to be diesel that's in it.
Yeah.
So the first person that steals it and pours it in their car is going to be hating life. And that's why you ask before you just take. Okay, so that means what you have to do is flip that bottom buckle out. And then flip her back around like that. As long as we have enough room for this
Yes.
to go towards the tire, we can put the lock towards the tire and it'll make it harder to get off. But I may put the hasp part down that way. We'll see. Okay, so now we're going to shut it. I'm probably just going to shut the lower part. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I do get them confused. You got to remember the tire's the last
Yeah.
one.
But the first one.
And I would like to switch the tire side at some point over. And that's because the tire gets in the way when I go to hook trailers up.
You don't think it's going to do the same thing on the other side?
No, because I come from the driver's side. I always come from the driver's side.
Oh, God, I understand
Back
what
the
you're
trailer
saying.
up and I
Hooking
get
it
out
up,
and I
hooking
come
up.
around
Yeah.
here and I'm like, damn, the tire's in the way. So
Yeah.
I would recommend
Put it on the passenger side.
if you do it yourself. Okay, so if the holes are right, which they are on this side, the problem with the spacing here is you've got that slot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna want a cattywonker if we use that slot, but I can't get any closer. That's as close as I can get, and that's gonna hit that slot. So we're just gonna have to figure that slot
You can't go
out.
lower?
Well, I
below
can
the
drop it
slot?
to the bottom of the slot, which is probably the best. See, but sometimes you would like it to be up high. So if a car runs into you, it's not gonna catch it.
Oh, I understand that.
And if we drop off rocks,
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that, we really want it as high as possible. So we're gonna make it light. That's the simplest part. Just take the can out. Okay, and then we're gonna hold it back up here. We're gonna try to line this top hole there on your side. So if I line that hole up, the next one falls in the slot, which would work. And then on my side, it actually, on my side, the holes actually are not even with the holes in the plate. Meaning, realistically, to install this, I'm gonna need to set it in one and then re-drill the holes, which kind of sucks. Outside's the same issue. And the slots don't actually line up. Let's try here. That doesn't line up at all. Nope. So, that lines up, and that doesn't line up. Scooting across, all the way in. That'll work with 3. That would get us 3 right now, and we'll have to take it off and drill that bottom hole back out, which would work. Because what we want to do is when we get to the shop, and we got people that like to go work out in the mornings.
You know who you are.
We take this tire off, move the tire mount to this side, and move this to the other side.
Yeah.
But this will give us a way to carry fuel right now safely. So, I have to go get bolts that will not only go through the bracket, but will also fit the bumper.
We are here in the parking lot of the O'Reillys. We have come to get the pieces we'll need it, and we're gonna see if they work.
Yeah, we used our little measuring tool, a pen. Now we're gonna see if it's bigger or smaller. Guess what?
Wrong size.
For this part. For this part, it's the wrong size. For this part, it could even be a little bigger.
And what's wrong with the top part? It's too big to go
This?
through? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we see. Okay.
Yeah. So that leaves us at a point where we could drill it out if we, had a drill with us, but that's, I don't think we brought
You didn't
drills.
bring it? I don't remember.
And then I brought drills and drill bits and all.
Probably not, because we were working on the truck in the shop.
But we could keep this. We can go to Harbor Freight. And if we've got drills, then we can buy a step bit there.
Okay.
I need new ones anyways because I wore them out, and that's going to drill real easy with a step bit. Let's see. Let's say if there's a drill anywhere, it's going to be in a purple case, which is up here. Let's see. Let's see how lucky we are today.
Yes, no, maybe?
No.
No.
We've got an impact, which is not a very good drill. So what I'm going to say is our best bet may be to go buy the smaller size and still either keep this larger size or return it, and then we'll have to go back at some point and get one big enough for the rest of these. Is that, you understand?
Yeah.
To have a lot of meat on there to catch the weight, we want it to be as close to that hole size as possible. And the easiest ones to drill out are on here.
Gotcha.
That's a thinner metal. Your problem is going to be eventually, and it may be already, the actual head is not going to fit in between
In the channel.
See, this is about the last size. We might be able to go up one size because I can rotate it slightly.
Yeah.
And one size up might fit in there, and then it would lock itself in, which is your best case scenario. Then it can't swivel at all. So let's take this back in, and let's take this with us, which we probably should have done the first time. These are the smallest holes. I was really hoping they were all universal. They're not. Let's see. Figure out where we were at. We were right here. It didn't line up. We were right here. It lines up with 2. Oh, we had 3 of them lined up.
We did.
Right.
One in the bottom, you were going to do
Right
something.
here, yeah, in the slot. Here, and then I think it hits this slot. Okay, let me get a workstation set up for us.
What tools do you need? Any?
We are cooking now. Not initially, because all I'm going to do is get everything finger tight, and then we'll get the toolbox out.
Okay.
To actually get all of these packages open. You know, they used to be a great package design you could reuse and shut. Now you gotta open them. They're so hard to open that once you get them open, you're pretty much done. 3 of these. Wasn't that perfect?
It was.
3 holes and 3 out of 8 washers are the right color. Why do we care about the right color?
Because they're stronger.
Yep.
You need me to hold it?
Just gonna stick it through, hook it. Yes, and realize that crap-tastic. That couldn't be a harder post to get into. Let's see. Yep, there's no way I'm doing that. I can't get my fingers up under there without needing some sort of special tools. And see, next time,
Yeah.
we can go with really short ones because there's a bunch of extra room. Put that and this, slide it on like that. We're gonna, hopefully that's still gonna hit a hole somewhere. Yep. That's gonna hit the slot. Not the best case scenario. We'll make it work. And it's actually not gonna work like that. Hold on. We'll back it out. I'm gonna have that washer. I forgot we're gonna need more washers than that, but we're gonna make this work for today. A little adventuring this weekend. So we're gonna need that washer on the back side. Okay.
Look at there.
And it goes at the top. Loosen this a little. I can move it around a little bit. Look at that.
Perfect.
Okay. And definitely that last one, it'll have to be re-drilled. There's no way we're getting around that. But we'll get there when we get there. And I put the hook in, so let's see if we can even, we're gonna have enough room to move the tire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna be perfect. All right, let me grab some tools. Where's that bag down here? Oh, right here. Easy to get to. 2 9/16. I ended up with 1/2. See if a 12 will actually work for us at all. Nope. And you know, 13 is a rare size. Jump to a 14, which actually might be able to tighten it on with a 14 just because it's here. The question is if both sides are half. Yep. Now we need my little socket set, which I think is the right where I like it. Floorboard of the back seat. Well, guess what?
Wrong size.
Nope. The bolts are long, so we can't get onto it without a deep well. I think we really want a 13. Yeah. So we got to remember we need to put a 13 in here. Let's see if we can get... That 13 might be a little deeper. So what I did is I put the socket on first. And then even if I can't get in, if I can get just enough to grab, we're good. That's all we really need. Except we do need to tighten instead of loosen.
Yeah.
There we go.
That way.
Now this part is not going to happen. Yeah, might actually. We'll have to see if this loosens up while we are out there.
Yeah.
Driving around with fuel and the weight and the bounce and the bumps. I'd almost say might be worth us finding a 13mm wrench or another half. Would be easier. This is working. Okay. Let's tighten this bottom one. And then honestly, I think I've got it. This is where stubbies come in. Really got a feeling this is going to be good enough to get us back to Dayville. And then we'll pull everything apart.
Drill it out.
And move sides with it too. We'll end up going on this side. Hey, let me grab the can. Flame shield safety system. That's probably the first things we want to take off so it doesn't rust our can off. Both sides of the can. There we go.
There's one on the end here. Does that have to stay?
Nope, it's not. Because they'll get wet in the rain, and you'll get all sorts of moisture trapped behind those. None on the bottom.
Nope, all clear.
On the other side. Right. Need to go that way? I think it has to go that way. If I recollect right. I think I do it on the same way on the other side. What's going to happen is it's going to put that lock
Right by the tire.
Yep. Making it much harder to get to. Well, that's a really clean look.